In this video, we're going to show how to go from an expression back to a variable when there's more than one step. So the main thing to take away from this video is this rule here, which I'm going to highlight. To find the inverse of two operations, what you need to do is find each of the original inverse operations in the reverse order. Okay, so let's start with this first example to go from 3a plus 10 back to a to work out what we need to do. And the way I like to work out the inverse operations is actually start with a, and what do we need to do originally to get to 3a plus 10? Well, this was a two-step approach, and the first thing we needed to do was multiply by 3, which got us to 3a. And the second step we needed to do was add 10. So going back to our rule, to find to go back from 3a plus 10 back to a, we need to do the original operations, the inverse of the original operations in the reverse order. So we firstly do the inverse of adding 10, which is subtracting 10. And the next step we need to do is the inverse of multiplying by 3, which is dividing by 3. So the steps we needed to do to go back from 3a plus 10 back to a was firstly subtract 10, and secondly divide by 3. Second example, going from a plus 3 over 4 back to a. Well, let's start with a and go up to, we want to finish with a plus 3 over 4. The first step we needed to do was add 3, which got us to a plus 3. And the second step was dividing by 4. So the opposite steps, the inverse steps in the reverse order are, firstly, the inverse of dividing by 4 is multiplying by 4. And the second step is the inverse of adding 3, which is subtracting 3. So the steps we need to do here to go from a plus 3 over 4 back to a are, firstly, we need to multiply by 4, and secondly, we need to subtract 3. Just put these in here just for completeness. Okay, hope that helps to find the inverse operation of a more complicated expression where there's two steps involved, two or more steps.